Hi everyone, and welcome to the spring semester of abnormal psychology. I want to make just a quick little introduction video just to kind of get you started. I know the first week students are still registering and they're trying to figure out their schedule, and sometimes they get a little confused on what they have to do the first week. And so I kind of want to just get that out of the way so that way you feel a little bit comfortable getting started into the class. Um, First thing you need to do is to get a copy of the syllabus. Either you can download it to your computer or you can print a copy out. If you go to the content section, you'll see a module that says syllabus, and if you just click on that, you will have a current copy of the syllabus. And that will kind of give you an idea about what we're going to be doing. There are some standard sections that have to be put into the syllabus. That's just college policy. So the first part, you'll see just a lot of college policies on attendance, on ADA, and then also to resources, the library, stuff like that. That's just basic stuff that you'll probably see in all of the syllabi. So you'll get familiar with that. What you'll want to know as far as for my class is the course schedule. And if you go towards the end of the syllabus, you will see the course schedule. And I have everything week by week of what's going to be happening. So just make sure you get a copy of the syllabus and kind of read through it. But I want to make this video to kind of respond to questions that you would probably ask me. I've been teaching a while, so I kind of have an idea about what questions that students usually ask. So let me start with that. The first week, I don't require any type of assignment because some students will email me and say, what do I need to do the first week? The first week is drop and add. So a lot of students are still registering. A lot of students are trying to get into our advisors. And so I really don't require anything the first week. So you can be okay with that. The second thing that's important for you guys is to get a copy of the textbook. This is going to be important as a resource. And the reason being is that the Diagnostical and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders is embedded within the textbook that I require. In fact, it's one of the textbooks I like because it has that embedded. I've looked at a lot of textbooks, abnormal psychology textbooks, and this is the one, or there's just a few, one that I like that embeds everything. So you see what I see as far as looking in the DSM. Now you should be familiar with the DSM because if you took general psychology, which you have to have as a prereq, the last chapter, which was psychological disorders, talked about the DSM-5, and that's what we're going through in this course. So this course is basically about the diagnosing of all the mental disorders and the criteria and the symptomology that goes with it. That textbook that I have for you guys is a really good resource book. I have a lot of students that keep it, especially those that are majoring in psychology. I've even had, friends of mine who are upping their license and say, what can I use to kind of study? And I'm like, here, take a copy of this textbook. So it is a really, really good resource book as well. Now, some people ask me about the editions. They came out with a 17th edition, but here's the thing. The DSM hasn't changed as far as the criteria of disorders since 2013. That's when the DSM-5 came out. So the 16th edition, if that's what you can find, that's okay. The 16th edition will do, and that will help you save a little bit of money as well. If you want to get the 17th, that's fine, but again, the 16th is okay. Anything below that has a DSM-4, and we have to go with the new criteria. So you want to make sure that you have either the 16th or the 17th edition. You're not going to need it the first week, so again, you'll be fine. Just kind of work on finding it. That book has been out as far as the 16th edition, so you should be able to find some used copies on the internet. I'm sure you guys know how to kind of navigate where you can find used books. So that should be the first criteria of the first week, is to get a copy of the syllabus, which I have under content, and to make sure you get a copy of the textbook. Once we get into the second week, we'll start getting into some of the information. If you do get a copy of the textbook, feel free to go ahead and look through the first chapter. That first chapter really just sets the foundation of my field. I hope you like my field. I love abnormal psychology, but it kind of tells you a little bit about how we define it. What we go by is how we look at it, what abnormal is, because it can be a really difficult word to define. So it kind of just gives you some basic definitions, some terminology that you will need to know. You will see that I don't go into chapter 2 all that much. I'm not really worried about the history of abnormal. If you want to go through that, you can. But then chapter 3 gets into causations, and we'll go from there. So the first week, just get the textbook, a copy of the syllabus, kind of just relax, look through it. We're going to be going through all the disorders, and so we'll work through that week by week. Another thing, I make announcements each week. I will tell you exactly what to do each week. So every week, I need you to log on and look what's happening. Monday, I consider Monday the beginning of the week, Sunday the end of the week. So anytime there's an assignment due, like a case study, you have until Sunday, 11:59. So you can work ahead. All the case studies are going to be up and loaded. But try not to get too far behind with the case studies. Now I don't have so much to grade at one time. You will turn all the case studies into the Dropbox. If you hit the Dropbox, if you go to assessments and you hit Dropbox, you'll see I have folders, and that's where you're going to turn everything in. And again, I will let you know each week. I will let you know what case study we're working on and what you have to do. And when we get to that, I will probably either make another video. When we get into assessment, I'll probably make a little video on assessment, and then you can get started with your first case study. But that will be like week 3, week 4. So we have a few weeks to get started. So just do that this week. I'm excited that you're in abnormal psychology. I hope that you like it. All my degrees are in psych. My upper degrees are in clinical and counseling psychology. This is what I've studied. This is what I know. This is what I've practiced. I have a lot of practical experience in the field, having worked on my license in psychiatric facilities. And so I hope I can bring some of the practical experience in, as well as the theoretical and research aspect of the course. So I hope that you enjoy abnormal psychology. One more thing before I end this video. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my cell phone number. So I will probably put that in the D2L. It worked out fantastic last semester. That way, if you have a problem, just text me. Just text me and say, hey, it's so-and-so from abnormal class. Can I have a few extra days, or something's going on, or just let me know. I'm just not always in my office, and I leave Thursday afternoon and I'm not in till Monday. So that's, all those days I'm not here. So it would be easier for you just to text me to kind of let me know what's going on. If you have a problem with D2L, or just, if there's an emergency that's up, and that way you can let me know right away. Just when you do text me, just say your name and say what class, because last semester people say, hey, I'm having problems, and I had no idea what class that they were talking about. So I'll go ahead the first week of class and give you my cell phone number, and you can text me. Just say, hey, this is so-and-so, glad to be in your abnormal psych class, and I'm really excited that you're in, and I think we'll have fun this semester. So get those things done, and we'll get started, and welcome.